Hello and welcome to Maple Flavored Yoga. My name is Andy, and if you found your way to this class, make sure that you click the subscribe button. I release new classes on Mondays. Also, give it the thumbs up if you'd like and leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. So as always, we'll come into this moment. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Connecting with our breath. And sending gratitude to the creators and cultivators of yoga. Without them, we wouldn't have this beautiful practice to share. If your eyes were closed, you can blink them open, taking in your surroundings. Still having that awareness to our breath, it's very important. We're going to come into a seated cat-cow, so placing our feet on the floor. We'll inhale, dropping our knees open. Chin to the sky. Exhale. We curl our spine, drop our head. Inhale. Up. Exhale. Round. Follow your breath here, nice and slow. Making sure that our in-breath and out-breath are the same duration. One more inhale. And on the exhale, we'll come back to a neutral spine. We're going to place our hands behind us and come up into this upward facing tabletop. Allowing this opening in our shoulders. If you'd like, you can let your head come back a little bit, opening up the throat chakra. Making sure that your big toe mounds are still on the floor. Thighs are magnetized together, but they're still hip width apart. On your next exhale, you're going to let your hips swing back in between your hands. If you'd like, you can grab blocks or books or something here. And then inhale, we'll come back up. Exhale, we'll swing back. We really need to use our abdominal muscles here. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. We'll do two more. Exhale back. Nice and slow and controlled. Inhale up. Last one. And we'll hold for 3 breaths here. If you need to sit down, by all means do so. And then slowly bring your seat to the floor once again. We're going to slide back up so we're in the center of our mat. Coming into boat pose. So you can have your legs off the floor like this, or you can keep your feet still touching the floor. Just making sure that your core is engaged. And then you can always straighten your legs. But for this, we're going to take our left leg and hover it over off the floor. And bring it back in, and then we'll switch. Nice and slow and controlled. Making sure you're still connecting with your breath here. Finding that balance. We'll do one more on each side. Nice and slow. Coming back into your boat. Hold for 3 breaths here. In and out your nose. take a break whenever you need. This is a pretty spicy introduction to this class. And then we'll slowly bring our feet back to the floor. From here, we'll grab the backs of our thighs. We'll roll back. I might have to slide down a bit further. And we're going to bring our hands and our feet up into the air. Just feeling the gravity weighty on your hips. Our neck is nice and long. And we're going to pull our belly button to our spine here. And then with our right arm and our left leg, we're going to extend them, but still making sure that our lower back is touching the floor and bringing it back up. Then the opposite. This dead bug is pretty tough. Nice and slow and controlled. If your low back is lifting off the floor, maybe don't bring your leg and arm quite as far to the floor. So maybe you're just coming this far instead. Ooh, I'm shaking. I don't know if you can tell. Ooh. Take your time. Again, if you need to take a rest, go for it. We'll just do 2 more on each side, which I know kind of sounds like forever right now. Last one. Make it a good one. We'll hover here actually for a few breaths. Really tap into that breath there, and we'll come back up. Allowing your breath to override the thoughts of, I can't do this. We'll come back up. Wow. Bring your knees to your chest. We'll do some knee circles on our low back. I've got some saturation in my stomach for sure. Oh, good though. Go the opposite way. From here, we'll roll up and try and come right up onto your feet. If you need to take a few moments to get there, that's okay. Coming into Malasana here. If you find you really have to curl in this, bring your fingertips behind your back. You can also sit on a block or books here, but want to have a straight spine. So maybe this is a better option for you to make sure that you're not curling through that, through your upper back. From here, we're gonna push up to straight legs. Coming into a forward fold, a wide-legged forward fold. Our feet are about as wide as our mat here. If you'd like, you can cross your arms and kind of sway from side to side. Make this movement as big or as small as feels good for you. Maybe try a little bit of both. Each movement has something to offer us. We'll toe heel our feet closer together, and then we'll come into a forward fold. Bending your legs here as much as possible. We don't want to be curling from the top, always hinging from our hips. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. Inhale, hinging from the hips, we'll rise to standing, hands above head. You can bring a little slight back bend here, if that feels good, and then we'll bring our hands down to heart center. All right. So from here, we're going to plant our left foot, making sure that the 3 parts of our foot are really sturdy there. And we'll inhale, lifting our right leg up. So we're still really using our core here. If you'd like, you can extend that leg straight. It's a lot of core. Again, swinging our right leg back, coming into warrior 3. Really pressing this balance here. Belly button is still. Push or pull towards the spine. Toes are pointing towards the ground. And from here, if you want to bring your fingertips to the ground, opening your hip to the side, you can come into a half moon. This is a really tricky balance, so if you fall over, that's okay. Slowly bringing that right foot back to the mat. We'll come into that forward fold again. Anytime you want to use like blocks or anything like that, by all means you can do that as well. So once again, we will come into our forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do that same thing on the other side, so making sure that our right foot is nice and grounded. We're going to inhale our left leg up, making sure that we're using our core muscles. You can extend that leg if you'd like. And we'll slowly hinge back, coming into warrior 3 on the other leg. And again, if you fall over, who cares? Really using your breath here. You can also find a drishti point for your eyes to focus on that helps with balance as well. You can drop your right fingertips to the floor, opening your hip to the side and coming into half moon on the other side. Taking 3 breaths here. Slowly bringing that left foot back to the mat. Whew. Feel that gush of prana in your right leg, at least it did for me. We'll exhale, fold once again. Inhale, hinging from the hips, we come up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. And bring our hands down by our sides. Just allow yourself to take a moment to experience what you're feeling in your lower body or in your core. Maybe maybe that's stirring up a lot of emotions or a lot of activity in your mind. Wherever you are, that's okay. No need to change it. So once again, we'll inhale up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Step back into plank. Hold here for 3 breaths. Exhale, come down into downward facing dog. You can also bend your knees, bring your belly to your thighs, and then extend slowly down. I like to do this. I find that it really activates my lower legs. You can pedal your feet here as well. We'll come to stillness. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, we're going to bring our knee to our right elbow across the body. Extend that foot out. Inhale, our right arm up. Coming into fallen triangle. Exhale, we'll bring our hip to the ground. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, last one. Inhale, up. Bring your right hand back to the mat. Lifting your left leg back to your elbow and then back into downward dog. Take a breath here. At any time you need to come into child's pose or any other restorative pose to collect your thoughts or collect your breath, take that moment and listen to your body. So inhale our right leg up. Exhale, bringing it to the left elbow. Extending that right leg. Inhaling our left arm up. Exhale, hip to mat. Inhale, expand. Exhale, hip to the mat. Inhale, expand. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Left hand comes to the mat. Right knee comes to the elbow, and then back into downward dog. Take 3 breaths. In your next inhale, we're going to come up onto our tippy toes, wave into plank, and exhale, back into downward dog. Inhale, wave forward. Exhale, you can bend your knees here too if that helps, coming back into downward dog. Try both variations and see which one you like. And last time, inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale into plank. Then we're going to knees, chest, chin. And then coming on to our bellies. Going to come into cobra here, or you can always come into sphinx as well if that feels better in your body. So hips are nice and activated. Feet are activated pushing onto the floor. Toenails are pushing onto the floor. Hands are by your sides. Elbows are tucked in. Inhale, we push up. Exhale, we can come down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, we'll stay this time. Inhale, inflate a bit more. can rock your hips from side to side if that feels good. Bring your arms down to your side. Give your shoulders a shimmy if that feels nice. From here, we're going to keep our hips still very magnetized towards the floor. Toenails are still pushing into the floor, legs are charged. We're gonna have our arms down by our sides. And on an inhale, we're going to lift our collarbones and our chest off the floor. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold here. Doesn't matter how high you're coming up off the floor. And we'll do one more breath. Exhale, slowly come down. You bring your hands underneath your forehead. Give your hips a rock if that feels good. So now, we're going to keep our hands and our forehead on our hands on the mat actually. And then we're going to make sure that our hips are still really active into the floor, but this time we're going to be lifting our legs. So energy is going to be pushing out our toes, and our feet and legs are going to rise off the floor. So inhale, we push our hips into the floor, feet become light, and then exhale, slowly come down. Inhale, our feet rise. Exhale, slowly come down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, stay. 2 more breaths here. Exhale, slowly come down. You can rock your hips from side to side if that feels good. From here, we're going to come into half bow pose. So it's kind of set up like a sphinx. And you can then reach your left hand back and bring your left foot to your glute, grabbing your ankle or your shin or your foot, whatever feels good for you. And then you can kick into your hand and you'll feel that opening across your chest. Three breaths. Exhale, release. If that was uncomfortable for you or you just didn't like it for your low back, you can always grab a scarf or a sock or anything, or if you've got a yoga strap, obviously, you can put that around your foot and do the same action. So we're going to make sure that our left hand is planted, reaching back with our right hand, finding our right foot. And then when you feel ready again, our hips are still really magnetized towards the floor. You can kick in to your hand and find that opening, that chest opening. 3 breaths. If you have to come out, that's okay. Exhale, we'll release. So we're going to do the first 2 motions where we're lifting our hands and our feet off the ground. We're going to do 3 of those, and then we're going to come into a full bow pose, or you can do the half bow pose if you prefer that. So bringing our hands down to our sides. This time we're lifting our hands and our feet. So hips are really magnetized and grounded here. And on an inhale, we lift. Exhale, slowly come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. And we'll hold here for 3 breaths. Energy's really shooting out of your fingers and your toes. Exhale, slowly come down. So this time we're going to be coming into a bow pose, and we'll hold that for 3 breaths. Again, you have the option of doing any of the things we did before, if you would prefer that. So inhale, I reach back for my feet, and I kick into my hands. Hold for 3 breaths. Exhale, slowly come down. Nice and controlled. When we're coming into bow pose as well, we want to keep our thighs magnetized together. We don't want our legs to be pulling out to the side too much. A couple breaths here, and then we'll come into our bow pose for another 3 breaths. So if you were doing the left side the first time, you can do the right side this time, or vice versa. If you feel ready, we're going to come back into our bow. So I inhale, bring my feet to my glutes, reach back with my hands, and I'll push into my hands with my legs. 3 breaths here. And slowly come down. Whew. That felt good. I haven't done bow pose in a while. Whew. All right. From there, you can roll onto your back, however you want to get there. And we can do some big knee circles again. Hopefully you're not having any saturation in your low back. That was a lot of heart opening, a lot of core and back strength. One thing to remember that we'll go the other way. If you're doing a lot of core exercises, you want to make sure that you're working your back as well, because our trunk has musculature on all sides. So you just don't want to work all your core and not work any of your back. They're kind of hand in hand. You have to think of a push-pull kind of thing. So from there, we'll give ourselves a nice big squeeze to kind of balance out all that opening. We want to close that up a little bit. And then we'll take our knees and we'll drop them to whichever side. Coming into a spinal twist, we can extend our opposite arm and look over the opposite arm from our knees. And just let go here. Make sure you're still breathing into your belly. Inhale, we'll come back to center and we'll switch sides. If your legs slide away from you, that's okay. Inhale, coming back to center, and we can come into our corpse pose. If you're feeling like your low back does have some discomfort when you have your legs extended, you can bring your feet about as wide as your mat and then just rest your knees together. Also, if you do want to have your legs extended, you can always grab pillows or a blanket or something and put that underneath of your knees. Get comfortable. Close your eyes. And then allow yourself to drop in. Check to see if you're holding tension in your glutes, your stomach, your shoulders, your jaw. Soften your brow and the space behind your eyes. Allow your breath to come naturally. If you have the opportunity to pause the video and take a longer Shavasana, I very much encourage you to do so. But if you feel that you're ready, you can bring some small movements into your fingers and your toes. You can roll out your wrists, and flop your feet in and out if that feels good. Give yourself a great big stretch like you do in the morning. And then one at a time, you can bring your knees to your chest. Give them a nice big squeeze. And then roll to whichever side you'd like and take a moment or two there. When you're ready, you can slowly make your way back to seated, keeping your eyes closed or having a soft gaze. Take a moment to allow your experience to be whatever it is. And bring our hands to heart center, bowing our heads. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to assist in your yoga practice today. Wherever this life takes you, know that you are seen, you are loved, and you are divine. Take care.